Good afternoon, race fans. We are back to Oxford Plains Speedway. This is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you the U.S. Racing League Legends Car Weekly Series A Maine from Oxford Plains. 18 cars will start today, an outstanding field with an average I rating well over 1,800. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 18th spot, that's going to be car number 12, Blake Crane. Just to his outside in car number 11 will be Jared Epker. The next row will feature the 42 of Scott Correa, and to his outside, that's the 199 of Mike Winter. Winter will show up on your telemetry as car number 88. In the next row, moving forward, that will be the 21 of Mike Matherly, and to his outside, it's the 57 of Jim Love. Just ahead of them, that's the 000 of Luc Desjardins, and to his outside, that's the 16 of Fisher. Fisher will show up on your telemetry as car 61. In the next row, it's the 15 of Caleb Gillick, and to his outside in car number 6, that's Jason Jacobs. On the inside of the next row up, that's the 53 of Tyler Merritt, and to his outside, it's the 29 of Hudis Neskowiak. In the next row, that's the 00 of Aaron Johnson, and to Johnson's outside, it will be the 16 of Nate Spomer. In the next row up, it'll be the 32 of Eric Steele and the 77 of Keegan Sabilo. And on the front row, it'll be the 27 of Riley Goodwin and the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. Gudmestad, your pole sitter. A great field today. We expect some outstanding action from Oxford Plains. Oxford Plains, a bullring speedway, short and flat. We should have some outstanding racing. Track a little bit slick. It's easy to turn a car around here as the track gets to be slippery, especially on a warm day. Track temperature up around 106 today, so very warm racetrack is going to lead to some challenging conditions for the 18 drivers that will be starting today's race in the U.S. Racing League's Weekly Legends Series. Lights are off on the pace car. Gudmestad paces the field just to his outside. That is Riley Goodwin. The pace car is in. The green flag is out. Gudmestad on the throttle. Riley Goodman just to his outside as Sabilo and Steele go side by side. Johnson very nearly got into the back of Eric Steele, and it looks like Nate Spomer's going to big crash up in turn number 2. Didn't even make a lap. And it looks like caution will be on the speedway for a big crash right at the beginning of the race. I don't know who all was involved. We'll see if we can take a look and figure out exactly what happened to bring out the first caution at Oxford Plains Speedway. Looks like that might have been the 15 of Gillick, caught the curb, then grabbed the 29 of Neskowiak. That collected, looks like Epker was involved. The 57 of Jim Love was involved. Just one of those racing deals. The curbs here at Oxford Plains can be really tricky. Just a touch to the curb, especially on cold tires, and the cars can get all kinds of out of shape. Your leader is Gudmestad. One of the things I noticed, there are a number of cars trapped between Gudmestad and the pace car. The U.S. Legend Car Weekly Series using some iRacing cautions here. And iRacing can occasionally have a glitch where if cars that are a lap down get caught between the leader and the pace car, it'll be telling those cars to stay behind the pace car and then telling the leaders to pass those cars. But then if they pass those cars, they end up getting told to stay back behind the pace car. So I've got a feeling here we may have a little glitch, and it'll be up to Mark Breer and the admins up in the booth to try to sort out what's going on, as we can see cars and drivers really trying to figure out exactly where they need to go. That's the 42 of Correa on the inside. Correa waiting for cars to pass. Correa may also have been included. We're showing Caleb Gillick 2 laps down, but Gillick should be on the lead lap. See if we can't make it a little easier to see the intervals here and try to understand exactly what's happening. So Correa being shown 1 lap down, Gillick being shown 2 laps down, but Gillick should still be on the lead lap. So I think something's going on with the iRacing timing and scoring here. That will require an intervention from the admins, and Mark Breer working up in the booth. So Breer will have to hop in and try to help square away some of the issues we're having with the iRacing timing and scoring. We can see now drivers moving forward. We've got cars 3 wide, still have Epker, and it looks like the 29 of Niskowiak now on the inside slowing down. Sabilo to the inside. Jim Love fading to the back. I still don't think we really have a good handle on exactly what we need to do to get these cars aligned. Looks like we're getting a couple of wave rounds here. Gudmestad moving back around. He should be, I think, technically in the first spot. Gudmestad was your leader when the caution came out. He's going past Johnson, Steele, and Riley Goodwin. I think we do have the field squared away now. It'll be Gudmestad and Goodwin on the front row. Then the second row will be Sabilo and Steele. Third row will be Spomer and Johnson. Johnson up on that high line. The next row will be Desjardins and Fisher. Those will be your top 8. It looks like really what we need is we still need Tyler Merritt to come forward. Now we see Merritt coming along. So Merritt will move up into that 8 spot. That'll drop Fisher back a row. Desjardins will be on the outside. It looks like we're getting close here. I think we still have maybe one car that needs to find its way into alignment. The pace car is in. We've still got one car caught up on the outside. The green flag is out. Gudmestad will hop into the lead as Eric Steele tries to make the pass on Keegan Sabilo. Johnson caught up on the high line, tries to get past Sabilo as well. As Spomer looks to the inside, Johnson on the outside line. Out front, it's Gudmestad, followed by Goodwin, Steele, then Spomer. Johnson running up, or Goodman, Steele, then Sabilo. Johnson running up high. And we're looking for Spomer as well. Johnson trapped up on that outside line. Meanwhile, Gudmestad pulls away. It'll be Gudmestad, Goodwin, then the 32 of Steele, followed by Keegan Sabilo. Aaron Johnson trying to make the high line work, but he's slipping to the back as we see Nate Spomer go by. That's going to open the door for Tyler Merritt in the 53 out front. It's the 51 of Gudmestad, then Goodwin, Steele, Sabilo, and Spomer. Those your top 5. We seek some contact. I saw Johnson go around, as did, it looked like, the 53 of Tyler Merritt. So caution will be on the speedway. Caution is out. We're 12 laps into a 70-lap event. It's our second caution of the day. This one brought out by contact. It looked to be between Johnson and the 53 of Tyler Merritt. Let's have another look and see if we can figure out what happened on this replay. Looks like Merritt got into the curb. Johnson was also coming down. That's a racing deal. Merritt, maybe Johnson thinking he had a little more room than he did, came down on Merritt. Johnson will go to the back. They collected the 000 of Luc Desjardins. That's a unfortunate incident for Luc. That's the second time that he's been involved. I think he was involved in that early caution. We are 14 laps into a 70-lap event. Out front, it's the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. Gudmestad running a very nice race. Pace car back out on the speedway. Looks like this time we shouldn't have any issues with the iRacing timing and scoring. Jim Love, the lucky dog, he can see as he is making his way past to come back around to the lead lap. Love will be in the 13th spot, so 13 of the 18 cars still on the lead lap. Lap cars, Epker, Niskowiak, Desjardins, Gillick, and Correa. Otherwise, 13 cars on the lead lap. Aaron Johnson has been given an EOL by the race admins. Johnson will go to the back after he came down and spun the 53 of Tyler Merritt. Johnson will be in 13th spot, so one of our fast drivers in some trouble here as we see Jared Epker getting the wave around. Epker will rejoin the rear of the field. That should put him on the lead lap. 14 cars on the lead lap in the U.S. Racing League Legends Car A Maine from Oxford Plains. The lights are still on the pace car as we wait for the field to become aligned. Gudmestad will be up front. We're also seeing the 15 of Gillick go by, so still some cleanup from that early caution as a number of drivers getting laps back. After that early caution, no one really should have been lapped except maybe for Scott Correa, as Correa did go into the pits. I think he was lapped while he was pitting. So admin's doing a nice job here trying to get the field realigned. One of the things with the virtual world that we see also in the real world is lining up cars on a short track can really be a challenge for the infield stewards. It can also be a challenge for the technical guys up in the booth. That would be Mark Breer, Benjamin Richards. I think Keegan Sabilo maybe is going to hop out here and start to admin as well, as this race is really requiring some input from our admins. Gudmestad will set the pace as the lights are off on the pace car. We are 18 laps into a 70-lap event. Pace car lights are back on, so the caution has been extended to try to help get this field back into shape after an early caution in which several lapped cars were caught between the pace car and the leader. That resulted in a little bit of a scoring glitch with iRacing. We saw that today in a Tyler Daniels Racing League event as well, where iRacing timing and scoring can be a little bit glitchy when you have some cars trapped between the pace car and the leaders. The lights are off on the pace car. We should expect the green flag this time. Waiting for the field to get bunched up just a bit. Car still strung out. Pace car is in turn number 2. Pace car is in, and we should get the green flag. Oh, and we got the 27 gets sideways on the start. Riley Goodwin gets a little out of shape. Don't know what happened there. Looks like it's a single car incident, so green will stay out as Eric Steele looks to the inside of the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. Steele's got position on that 51 car, trying to make the pass. We get two cars together in a big crash. That looked like the 61 of Fisher. Fisher involved. Couldn't see who else was back there, but Fisher involved in an incident. Pace car back out. Did not make maybe a lap and a half there. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to bring out caution number 3 at Oxford Plains. Looks like Fisher slips up just a bit, gets into the 16 of Spomer. That collects the 12 of Crane. Also collects the 29 of Niskowiak, the 000 of Desjardins involved. 00 Johnson looked like it tagged Desjardins. So a lot of beating and banging back there. Aaron Johnson involved after getting an EOL. Johnson had been running to the front. He's in the back, and in the back things can get to be pretty interesting. Johnson finding out the hard way that the back part of the pack can be a pretty treacherous place to be. Out front, Gudmestad leads. It looks like Caleb Gillick getting another wave around as we still work to overcome the early iRacing glitch in the scoring. It should put Gillick back on the lead lap. Let's have a look at the timing and scoring tower and see if we can figure out just exactly what's going on. So Gillick now 1 lap down, Sabilo a lap down, Correa 2 laps down, 15 cars on the lead lap. Gudmestad up front, Steele in second, Jason Jacobs in the third spot, with Mike Winter 4th, Epker in the 5th spot, Matherly 6th, Merritt 7th, Niskowiak 8th, Desjardins 9th, and Johnson rounding out the top 10. Then it's Fisher, Love, Spomer, Crane, and Goodwin. Those are your top 15, all 15 cars on the lead lap. We're just over a third of the way into this race. Cole Gudmestad has led from the green. He has been our only leader. Eric Steele running in the 2nd spot. Steele very, very quick. Always a threat as we see Gillick getting one more wave around as we're still trying to cure part of the issue that we had with that early caution. Gillick kept being told to let the pace car by, and as the pace car went by, Gillick went laps down, even though he wasn't supposed to. Lights are off on the pace car. We are 2 by 2. It'll be Gudmestad, Steele, then Jacobs, Winter, Epker, Matherly, Merritt, Niskowiak, Desjardins, and Johnson. Looks like Niskowiak lagging just a bit. A little bit of gap there as Gudmestad takes the green. Cole Gudmestad with the lead, followed by the 32 of Eric Steele, and just behind Steele, it's the 11 of Jared Epker. Behind Epker, we've got a car spinning. Don't know who that was. Looked like that was the 53 of Tyler Merritt. Merritt went back into the infield. Out front, it's still the 51 of Gudmestad, followed by Steele, Jacobs, Epker, and Winter. Those your top 5. Looks like in 6th spot is Hudis Niskowiak. Then behind Niskowiak is Desjardins and Johnson. Johnson moving back into the 8th spot after having to take an EOL early. Out front, it's the 51 of Gudmestad, followed by the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele very quick, trying to find his way around the 51. Comes up high now, turns back low as he comes out of the turn. Onto the straightaway, down the backstretch. Eric Steele trying to find his way around car number 51, Cole Gudmestad. Gudmestad hangs on to the lead. We are 28 laps in, and Cole Gudmestad continues to lead the pack. at Oxford Plains in the U.S. Racing League Legends Car Weekly Series. Eric Steele all over the 32 or the 51. Steele looks to the inside as they come off of turn number 4. He's got position going into turn number 1, now through the center of 1 and 2. Eric Steele looks like he's going to be able to make the pass down the back straightaway. Steele will clear the 51 of Gudmestad going into turn number 3. Eric Steele will take the lead. It's Steele, Gudmestad, then Epker. Looks like Mike Winter running in the 4th spot with Jason Jacobs in 5th, Niskowiak 6th, Johnson 7th, Spomer running 8th, Goodwin 9th, and Mike Matherly running 10th. Out front, it is still the 32 of Eric Steele. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway. Out front, that is car number 32, Eric Steele, just behind Steele. The next car on the track is the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. Gudmestad currently running in the 2nd spot. Behind Gudmestad, that's the familiar red, white, and blue number 11 of Jared Epker. Behind Epker, that's the 199 of Mike Winter. Winter getting sideways off of turn number 4, but hangs on to it just behind Winter. That's Jason Jacobs in car number 6. Jacobs running in the 5th spot. Behind Jacobs, that's the 29 of Hudis Niskowiak, and just behind Niskowiak, we can see the 00 of Johnson working to the inside. Johnson now moves back up into the 6th spot. Behind that pair is the 16 of Nate Spomer. Spomer in car number 16, very quick. He also was a victim of an early incident. Behind Spomer, then, it's the 27 of Riley Goodwin. Goodwin currently shown in the 8th spot. Behind Goodwin, the next car on the speedway is the 12 of Blake Crane. Crane currently running in 9th. Behind Crane, that's Mike Matherly in car number 21. Matherly shown in 10th. Just behind him, it's Fish Fisher in car number 16. He is shown in 11th. Behind Fisher, the next car on the speedway, the 15 of Caleb Gillick. Gillick currently running 12th, being followed by the 53 of Tyler Merritt as Merritt goes by Gillick. It also looks like Desjardins and the 57 of Jim Love have gone by Gillick. There's Luke Desjardins in the 000. Desjardins currently being shown in the 13th spot with Jim Love in 14th. Gillick now in the 15th spot. Next car on the speedway is the 32 of Eric Steele. It's Steele, Gudmestad, Epker, Jacobs, and Johnson. Johnson now has moved into the 5th position. Out front, it is still the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele with the big lead. We are 38 laps into a 70-lap event. Just past the halfway point, Eric Steele holding off the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. Gudmestad running a great race, only about a car length and a half behind the 32 car. Just behind them, Jared Epker trying to close on the 32. Steele, Gudmestad, Epker, Jacobs, and Johnson, your top 5. So we can see Aaron Johnson trying to close on the 6 of Jason Jacobs. Johnson looks like he's right there. Let's hop in and watch those 2 cars to see if we've got a little battle brewing for the 4th spot. Johnson working on the 6 of Jason Jacobs. Johnson up high, now turns back down low, off the throttle as he comes out of the turn onto the front straightaway. Johnson unable to get position. Jason Jacobs continuing to hold off the 00. Johnson working that high line again, now turns back down low, gets a little loose coming off the turn. Boy, Jacobs slams the door, closes the door on Johnson as they come through 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. Aaron Johnson trying to find a way past the 6 of Jason Jacobs. Johnson in the 5th spot, Jacobs in 4th, slips up just a bit there. Johnson can't quite get underneath as they come off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Jacobs now protecting that inside line. Johnson looks to the high side one more time, now comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Johnson trying to get a run and turn underneath. Looks like he might have position as they come into turn number 1. No dice. Jacobs holding off the 00. Great racing between Johnson and Jacobs. Down the back straightaway one more time into turn number 3. Jacobs coming in just a bit higher. Johnson drove in a mile deep. The car slips up in the middle of the turn. Now Johnson turns underneath onto the front straightaway. Still no dice. Aaron Johnson trying to find his way around the 6 of Jason Jacobs. Down the back straight, Johnson lets Jacobs get a couple of car lengths ahead. Now Johnson looking to the inside one more time. Aaron Johnson really working hard on the 6 of Jason Jacobs. We're going to stay right on this action. Johnson looks to the inside. He may have position this time. Jacobs slides up high. Johnson comes off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to make the pass. Aaron Johnson will move into the 4th spot out front. It's still the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele beginning to pull away from the 51 of Gudmestad. Steele about 5 car lengths ahead, maybe 6 as they're closing in on some lap traffic. That's the 199 of Mike Winter. Winter currently being shown 1 lap down in 16th. So Mike Winter running in the 16th spot. Eric Steele up front. Sorry, Winter 2 laps down in the 16th spot. Eric Steele up front. Gudmestad beginning to drift back. Steele now with about a 6-car length advantage. He comes out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Eric Steele doing a nice job at Oxford Plains. Steele through the center of 3 and 4 out onto the front stretch. We have 23 laps to go. Eric Steele with the lead. Followed by the 51 of Gudmestad, then Epker in the 11 in third. Johnson currently running in the 4th spot with Jason Jacobs 5th, Niskowiak in the 6th spot, Nate Spomer running 7th, Riley Goodwin 8th, Blake Crane 9th, and Tyler Merritt rounding out the top 10. Steele running a nice smooth race, continuing to extend the lead. He's up to about an 8-car length advantage over the 51 of Gudmestad. Cole Gudmestad doing a great job today. A quick race car all day long. Just doesn't seem to have anything for the 32. In the 3rd spot, that is Jared Epker. Epker has, I think, 2 consecutive top 3 finishes. If he finishes in the top 3 today, that would be top 3 finish number 3. Epker doing an outstanding job in the U.S. Racing League. I'm being told that Epker has not finished in the top 3 consecutive times, so I apologize for that misstatement. Epker was in the top 3 last week, so if he were to finish in the top 3 today, this would be 2 consecutive top 3s as we watch the 32 of Steele go past the 15 of Gillick. That will put Gillick 1 lap down. Caleb Gillick currently being shown in the 15th spot as Eric Steele now really begins to drive away from the rest of the field. Steele with nearly a straightaway advantage over the 51 of Gudmestad. It's Steele, Gudmestad, Epker, Johnson trying to close on this bunch. Aaron Johnson in the 4th spot, Jacobs 6th, Nate Spomer 5th. Nate Spomer has now moved up into the 6th spot, so Nate Spomer doing a nice job tonight. He's running in the 6th position as we watch Gudmestad going past the 15 of Gillick as well. Out front, it's the 32 of Steele. Let's go through the field one more time and see how they run on the speedway. Behind Steele, the next car on the speedway is the 51 of Gudmestad. Then behind Gudmestad, that's the lap car, the 15 of Caleb Gillick. Next car on the speedway, the 11 of Epker, currently being shown in 3rd. Then Johnson in the 00, who's currently running in the 4th spot. Behind Johnson, the next car on the speedway is the 16 of Nate Spomer. Spomer is coming and in a hurry. Nate Spomer doing a nice job at the end of the race. Next car on the speedway behind Spomer is the 27 of Riley Goodwin. Then just behind Goodwin, that's the 12 of Blake Crane. Crane in the 7th spot. Behind Crane, it's the 6 of Jason Jacobs. Jacobs currently being shown in the 8th position. Then behind Jacobs, that's the 29 of Hudas Niskowiak in 9th. Behind Niskowiak, that's the 53 of Tyler Merritt in 10th. He's working on Niskowiak. Behind Niskowiak, the next car on the speedway is Mike Winter. Winter is in lap traffic. Then behind Winter, that's the 000 of Luke Desjardins. Luke in the 11th spot. Behind Luke, that's Mike Matherly in the 21. Matherly currently being shown in 12th. Then behind Matherly, it's the 16 of Fisher in 13th. And just behind them, that's the 32 of Eric Steele, who just went past the 57 of Jim Love, dropping Love 1 lap off the pace. Love currently running in the 14th spot. There are 11 laps to go. Eric Steele shows the way. He has more than a straightaway advantage over the 51 of Cole Gudmestad. It's Steele, Gudmestad, Epker, Johnson, and Spomer. But Spomer is coming and in a hurry. Nate Spomer closing in on the 00 of Johnson. 10 laps to go. Eric Steele working on the lapped car. Well, the last car on the lead lap, Fisher. Fisher up on the high side. Steele to the inside. Eric Steele goes past as they go into turn number 1. That drops Fisher a lap down. He is in the 13th spot. Leaves 12 cars on the lead lap. The next car in Eric Steele's sights, the 21 of Mike Matherly. 9 laps to go. Steele well out front. Gudmestad 2nd. Epker 3rd. Johnson in the 4th spot with Nathaniel Spomer in 5th. Riley Goodwin is in the 6th spot. Crane 7th, Jacobs 8th, Niskowiak 9th, and Tyler Merritt rounding out the top 10. 8 laps to go, now 7 to go. The 32 of Steele continues to show the way a couple of lap cars between Steele and Gudmestad. Barring any kind of an incident, this race will belong to Eric Steele. Gudmestad in second. The 11 of Epker running third. Johnson still fourth, but Nate Spomer has closed in. Spomer right on Johnson's back bumper, looking to find his way around the 00. Out front, it is Steele in car number 32 with the lead. 5 to go, this time by Eric Steele. Horse Dog Motorsports' finest. Down the back straightaway, 5 to go, Steele, the white, black, and orange 32, closing on the 21 of Matherly. Matherly, the last car on the lead lap. Mike working hard to stay ahead of the 32. Now 4 to go. Eric Steele closing. Fisher second. Fisher a lap down. He is behind Steele. Gudmestad still in the second spot. Epker third, Johnson fourth. But Nate Spomer is right on Johnson's back bumper. Let's have a look at that battle as Nate Spomer has closed on the 00. Aaron Johnson in danger of falling from fourth to fifth. Johnson very loose off the corner. Spomer just looking for a way to get around. Johnson trying to protect that inside line. Spomer comes off of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. He's got a wheel, or onto the back straightaway. He's got a wheel under Johnson. Johnson moves up, and Spomer will go by. That'll put Nate Spomer into the 4th spot. Johnson catches the apron as they come off of 4. 2 laps to go. Aaron Johnson drops back to 5th. Out front, it is still Eric Steele. Steele closing on the 21 of Mike Matherly. Eric Steele will take the white flag this time by the 32 out front by well over a straightaway. Eric Steele off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway for the final time. Steele really good today. Fastest car in practice, fastest car in qualifying, and the fastest car in race trim. He comes off of turn number 4 and takes the victory. Eric Steele will take the win at Oxford Plains. Behind Steele, Gudmestad will come home second, Epker third, Spomer fourth, and Johnson will round out the top 5. Let's have a look at the official finishing order from the A Main at Oxford Plains. Eric Steele was your winner, Gudmestad second, Epker, Spomer, Johnson, then Goodwin, Crane, Merritt, Niskowiak, and Desjardins rounding out with the top 10. So a nice job by the drivers in the U.S. Racing League main event from Oxford Plains. Let's take a few minutes and have an interview with our top 3 finishers.
Hey, Eric, can you hear me? Have you got your ears on?
Yeah, buddy, loud and clear. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, that was a fantastic run tonight. You were quickest in practice. You were quickest in qualifying. You're quickest on the racetrack. What's the secret?
And when you're from the Northeast, Oxford's in your backyard. You know how to turn some laps up here out in the great state of Maine.
So is this your home track then?
No, but it's on the local circuit.
All right, I hear you. Hey, you know, we had a couple of cautions early, and then we had a long green run. How did the early cautions affect your strategy for the race?
Simply trying to avoid any type of catastrophe in front of me was the goal early on in the race. And as soon as things started to check up and clear out, I set sail, put my nose down low, and pulled to quite a healthy lead there by the end. It was feeling pretty good. The track was definitely changing with all the different temperatures and the grip levels, and the car was starting to slide. Tires were getting low. In the end, I think, as seen before, my tire conservation is the key to my success.
Yeah, I think you have a reputation for being able to take good care of your equipment, and you tend to be really fast on long runs. If the race had gone to caution, would you have taken tires at the end?
I don't think you can take a 4-tire pit stop and not go a lap down, so I would not have pitted for anything at that point in time.
All right, so you're an iRacer. I know you used to race remote control cars some. Have you raced stock cars or circle track cars at all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My home track, Thunder Road International Speedway, Barrie, Vermont, awesome facility. And I raced there from 2006, I think, until 2012. 4 full-time seasons in the middle of that and a couple of part-time seasons on each end of it. And had a great time running 4-cylinder mini stocks and then eventually upgrading to a 8-cylinder limited late model style car.
Outstanding. Well, thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. I'm going to go on and I'm going to interview Jared next, but congratulations on another fantastic win.
Thank you all and everybody that puts this on. It was a great event.
All right, so I know Cole doesn't have access to a radio now, so we're going to go ahead and skip over him. Cole, congratulations. I know at some point we're going to be able to visit. But we're going to interview Jared next. Jared Epker, can you hear me?
Gotcha, bud.
All right, so fantastic run tonight. I thought for a little bit I might be able to run you down, but you took better care of your stuff than I did. What was your secret?
Really no secret at all, man. Just trying to move back up from the back of the field to the front of the field. Just trying to keep a consistent line and running everybody down at the front. But Eric and everybody else in front of me, they had way too much, and I didn't have enough for them.
This is our second time having a little chat. What is it that you like about running these Legends cars? What is it that's your favorite thing about running the Legends on iRacing?
They're just a lot of fun, man. I mean, they're like mini go-karts running around here. You can move around, pass people, have a little bit of drafting if you want a little drafting. Just run and lay low for the first 60 laps or so if you want. I mean, I don't see anything like it on iRacing, and they're just a huge amount of fun to run.
And how long have you been running in the U.S. Racing League?
Oh, boy. I've been on iRacing about a year and a half now. U.S. Racing League started up shortly after I was on iRacing. I joined another league, and I met Keegan through another league. And then we started this up together almost. And then it's probably been about a year now.
And who's your favorite U.S. Racing League driver to run with? Who do you like to run side-by-side and door-to-door with?
That's a totally hard decision to make. I ran against a bunch of these guys. Keegan and I raced pretty well together. Mark and I raced pretty well together. Benji and there's a lot of very good competitors in this league that I couldn't even pick one person that I would want to race side-by-side with.
Well, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. Hey, congratulations on a great run tonight. I'm looking forward to racing with you all next week.
Thank you very much.
That's going to do it from Oxford Plains. Let's have one more look at the final standings. Eric Steele with the win. Tyler Merritt in his first run with the U.S. Racing League comes home 8th. Merritt with a quick car involved in an incident early. But really nice to have Tyler Merritt with us. 18 cars start tonight. 12 cars finish on the lead lap. Let's have a quick look at the points. Before we leave tonight, out front, before this race began, Keegan Sabilo held the lead, followed by Johnson, Spomer, Epker, and Fisher. After this race, Sabilo continues to lead, but the point battle is much tighter as Sabilo, Johnson, Spomer, and Epker separated by a total of 4 points. Fisher, 16 points back in 5th. Blake Crane running 6th. Goodwin in 7th. Matherly 8th. Jim Love drops a couple of spots to 9th. Caleb Gillick ends up in 10th. That will do it for the U.S. Racing League from Oxford Plains. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.